Today we're talking about the glow up. That's the word, that's the buzzword that everybody's talking about. So today I am addressing the glow up. We're going to talk about what the glow up is, and I'm going to tell you what foods you need to eat for the ultimate glow up. And when we talk about glow up, I'm going to tell you my definition of a glow up. And it basically was talking about it's a transformation. It's a health transformation. And I wanted to know, why is that word so popular right now? And it came back and said, because many people are looking for ways to improve their health. And I said, oh, that's right up my alley, because I am a board certified nutritionist. And my goal is to help you improve your health by using food as medicine. And if y'all know me, you just type in my name, Debbie Williams, purple cabbage, and all my videos are going to show up explaining to you the power of the purple cabbage. But today, I'm not only just talking about the purple cabbage. I don't know if everybody can see what I have here, but I have a whole lot of foods that help you with your glow up. So the glow up, when you're talking about glow up, like I said, it's an improvement in your appearance. So if you want to glow up, that means you want to improve your hair, you want to improve your skin, you want to improve your style, you want to improve your body, your waist, you want to improve your personal growth in a sense. So when we are trying to improve our life, it actually starts by our diet, even in a mental sense. Because you can't even improve your moods and behaviors until you improve what you put into your body. Anxiety, depression, irritability, all of that has a lot to do with our diet and what we're eating. And many people don't know that. So if you are a person where you're angry all the time, you hate everybody, you complain about everybody, you have nothing nice to say, and you're like, I don't mean to say that, but I'm mean, basically. I'm here to tell you, maybe you're really not mean. Maybe you just need to restructure your diet. Maybe you need to put down that sugar, because what's happening is the sugar is feeding the monster inside. The sugar is feeding toxins, the sugar is feeding parasites, and in return, because your body is not getting its nutrients because the toxins and the parasites is stealing it, you are this person where you're mean all the time. You're at work, you don't smile at anyone, you don't talk to anyone, you go home and you're flipping tables. It's not you. Society, and I'm talking to our women right now, society want you to think that when you're moody, when you're irritable, when you're anxious, and when you're going through depression, it is that you're going through the change. I want to change that thought in your head, because it's what you're putting into your body. It's what you're feeding your body that can be the first part of this anxiety and depression that you eat. I have seen it happen hundreds of times where people who have worked with me, clients who have worked with me, and we've changed the whole diet system, and their mood changed. They actually like their spouse now. They like their kids now. They like their employer now, all because of what we're putting in our diets. So today, this is about, it's called Eat This, which is all the foods that I'm going to explain to you why you need to eat this, glow up, and repeat. So like you do a rinse and repeat. Eat this, glow up, repeat. Eat this, glow up, repeat. And watch how your body transforms. And so the first thing I want to say to you is, if your hair is not growing, if your skin looks dull, if your belly feels bloated and uncomfortable, you're not broken, you're backed up. Let me say it one more time. If your hair's not growing, okay? If your skin is looking dull all the time, maybe rash, ashy, acne, all of those different things. And if your belly is always bloated and uncomfortable, and if you are that person that you're always irritable, you're never happy, you're not broken, you are backed up. Your body isn't trying to sabotage your glow up. Your body is trying to survive under the weight of your toxins, under the weight of your inflammation, and under the weight of that internal chaos that's going inside your body. So one of the things I want to make clear to you is, you can eat clean all day long. You can buy some of the most expensive creams for hair and skin. You can oil your scalp all day and every day. But here is the secret. If your liver is overworked, if your gut is inflamed, and if your lymphatic system is stuck, nothing will work. You won't absorb any of the benefits. And what is the benefit? We're talking about that glow up, where we look fabulous, where we feel fabulous, where we are fabulous, where people want to be around you because you have an amazing personality and people are drawn to you. That's part of a glow up. But if our body isn't well, then you're not getting the benefits of I would say, the law of attraction. Now, some may say, well, where did you get that information from? I'm here to tell you, as a board certified nutritionist, I don't come with my own words. Everything that I discuss is backed by science. It is backed by resources. I'm not that person. I tell everybody all the time, you don't have to take my word for it. Then you go do your own research. But I share backed by science evidence. Everything that I talk about is evidence-based. And when we are struggling, like I said, skin problems, hair problems, belly, weight gain, thyroid issues, autoimmune, high blood pressure, diabetes, we have to focus on what's going on inside. And it is our liver. So I am going to share with you foods that can help you glow up. Not only will these foods help you glow up, but these foods are also foods that can help you detox in your body. So one of the things I want to get clear first, when we talk about detox, you have people that say, you don't need to detox because your body has the ability to detox on its own. That is correct. But who do you know whose body is so healthy that all of the main detox organs is able to do it? We have many detox pathways. There's 5. There's the liver, which is the #1 detox pathway. There's the kidneys, which the kidneys and the liver are best friends. There's our skin, which is another detox pathway. Our lymphatic system is another detox pathway. And then we have our colon. But because we have all of these detox pathways, trust me when I tell you, practically all of us, our 5 detox pathways aren't working well. Most of them are clogged and most of them are backed up. Why? Because of all the toxins that we are surrounded by, because of the foods we eat, the processed foods, because of what's in the air, the pollutants, because of so many things. We're carrying around toxins, we're carrying around inflammation, we're carrying around parasites. So your detox pathways aren't functioning properly. And when they don't function properly, the results is that hair loss, that those edges that never grow back. The results is your skin is dry, it's itchy, it's dull. The results is belly fat. You can't get rid of that belly fat no matter how many diets you go on, no matter how many caloric changes you change, the belly fat is never going away. These are the reasons. It's because of the internal detox system is clogged and stuck. So these foods that I'm about to share with you is going to help you. And one of the things I need you to understand, and I need you to back this up by science, hair loss is often a liver issue, not a hair issue. When our liver is clogged, the liver plays such a magnificent role in so many things that we do. But the liver has a lot to do with how vitamin D is processed. And vitamin D, if the body's not getting any vitamin D, then that hair is going to thin and that hair is going to fall off and break. But the liver has a lot to do with vitamin D. The liver has a lot to do with cholesterol. The liver has a lot to do with estrogen and how all of these things come together. The liver has a lot to do with the thyroid and how it functions. And when these aren't functioning properly, hair loss is a result of it. So I'm going to share with you some foods that can help with hair growth. So get a pen and paper if you're ready to understand and learn about these foods. When we talk about hair growth, all right, again, we're talking about this glow up. And like I said, it's eat this, glow up, and repeat. So now we're talking about hair. When we're talking about hair growth, you have to feed the follicles. Who knew this? How many of you know that in order for your hair to grow, you have to feed your follicle? A lot of you are buying a lot of topical products. Like I said, this is not external. This is internal. So when we want our hair to grow, we have to feed the follicle from the inside out. So here's something that many of you probably never heard or don't know. Your scalp isn't dry. It's nutrient starved. Your scalp is starving. What you see is dryness. What you see is flakiness. What you feel is itchy. That is a nutrient deficiency. So when we feed certain foods to our body, it is helping our hair to grow. Your follicles aren't lazy, because people will say, I've heard people say all the time, my hair grows slow, or my hair doesn't grow. Your follicles aren't lazy, they're blocked. There's a big difference with hair growing slow and follicles being blocked because it's not getting the nutrients that it needs for it to grow. Let me share some foods. The first food, and I couldn't find any today, the number one food, it's one of the number one foods to help your hair grow, is pumpkin seeds. And I actually developed a hair oil over 10 years ago, and it's still in my store. It's a pumpkin oil. It's a 100% pumpkin oil. Why? Because of the zinc in the pumpkin seed. Zinc is a mineral that hair needs. Without zinc, your hair cannot grow. And how do you get zinc? You get zinc from food that grows from the ground. You get zinc, and God has provided us everything we need for our bodies and for our hair, our skin, everything. But man may make a zinc supplement, a synthetic supplement, but please understand, there is no medicine that is better than medicine that's made from nature. And pumpkin seeds, they're rich in zinc, and what it does is it helps to support the scalp. It helps to support the sebum that the scalp produces. It reduces DHT, which is the hormone linked to hair loss. And many of you men, if you are here, you should all be familiar with DHT if you are dealing with male pattern baldness, because usually they will say it's because of DHT, which means that it's the follicle is blocked and nothing is able to grow there. But when you eat pumpkin seeds provides your body with the zinc. And remember what I said, you have to feed the follicle. The follicle is that hole where the hair grows out of, okay? This hair that we see on our head, that you can see on your head, that hair is dead. That's why you can cut it and you don't have any pain. But when you pull it, you feel the pain. You feel it from the scalp, because the hair is a living cell underneath the scalp. So we have to feed that living cell the same way we feed our body. And when you're feeding your body zinc-rich foods like pumpkin seeds, you are helping your hair promote growth. Now, the next food, and right now these are all the foods for hair growth, is sweet potato. The sweet potato, and many of you probably didn't know that, but here's why sweet potato is amazing for hair growth, because it's loaded with beta carotene. But the beta carotene in our sweet potato, it converts to vitamin A. And vitamin A is what I would say, it's that booster for our cells, for new cells to turn over. Vitamin A is also very important for the sebum production. That sebum, I call sebum our natural conditioner on the hair. When we need that sebum, we need that oil production. Well, sweet potato provides you with that when the beta carotene converts into vitamin A. So what do you do with your sweet potato so that it can help your hair? There's a couple of things you can do. You can juice sweet potato. If you never knew that, I juice sweet potato all the time. And I actually feed my dogs, get a dinner every day with sweet potato, because sweet potato has so many minerals and vitamins in it that helps animals, the pet animal, and us too. It's also a secret for many people who's dealing with autoimmune disease. Sweet potato has the secret sauce for helping you. So I juice these. You can bake them, leave your skin on them. You can cut these up, put them in the oven, and you can make a sweet potato chip out of them. You can even make a hair mask out of these. You don't have to cook them, because a lot of times when we cook them, and we're going to take some of the nutrients out of it. So if you want to make a hair mask with sweet potato, basically take 2, 3, these are small. You could do 1 sweet potato or 2 small ones. And what you want to do is you want to put it in your blender. You want to cut them up, put them in your blender, and you want to add an avocado to that. And when you add the avocado and maybe just a little bit of water to give it a creamy consistency, it is an amazing hair mask. Your hair will have shine. Your hair will have that a thickness and a fullness that you may have never even thought you could have. But the sweet potato is a secret weapon in regards to healthy hair. Hair is something else, and I'm hoping that you're taking this list down, because again, we're talking about what foods can help your hair to grow. One, we already addressed the pumpkin seeds, number one. And by the way, when we're talking pumpkin seeds, I am not talking about the ones with the coated, salty. I am talking raw pumpkin seeds. None of that salt added, none of that extra stuff, not the seasoned flavor. We're talking raw pumpkin seeds. Add these into your diet. That means you're giving your body more zinc. And zinc is amazing for your hair, for your skin, for your heart, and so much more. Next on our list of a food that helps with hair growth are lentils. And I see someone said, I need this. I need this. You have alopecia. Honey, yes. First of all, when I talk about alopecia, alopecia is autoimmune related. And please understand, when we're talking about autoimmune, that's when the body attacks itself, or the hair cell attacks itself in that instance. But what many people don't understand, even our autoimmune issues, it starts from a liver that's clogged and a liver that's backed up. I have had so many people that have joined a lot of my programs. I have a detox program, a 30-day detox program. And every week we get together on a Q&A. And people are telling me how this, in our last week's call, someone said she had a bald spot in the middle of her head forever. She's starting to see fuzz come through. And she was in tears because that area, she just accepted no hair will ever grow back there. But what happened is when we detox, you're detoxing those 5 pathways. We're clearing out. So now nutrients is getting to the body. Nutrients are getting to the hair cells. Nutrients are getting where it needs to be. So I say that for the person who mentioned autoimmune, because many people who are dealing with an autoimmune issue doesn't even realize if you detox your body, it may transform or change. And that autoimmune diagnosis could really just have been a misdiagnosis, because nobody's checking you to see if your liver is clogged. Our doctors don't even talk about liver health when we go into to visit. When we are having an illness, a health illness, and all of you, I have a training that I want you to go to after this. I'll have my team post it. In this training, it's talking about detox. It's talking about why we need to detox. It's talking about the importance of it. It talks about our detox organs, all of that. But what it's also sharing with you is how a lot of your mystery illnesses that the doctor can't give you a title for, because he or she's like, you look fine to me. You keep telling me you have this pain, but I don't see nothing. That's that mystery illness. A lot of it is because the liver is clogged. The liver is backed up. And when the liver is clogged and backed up, it's going to do what I would say a domino effect. The kidneys, it's going to affect our kidneys, and it may affect our pancreas and so many other things. And that's what leads into high blood pressure. That's what leads into type 2 diabetes. That's what can lead to chronic inflammation, hair loss. All these different things is because what God gave us, and he's such an amazing, amazing person. Those 5 detox pathways is to help us. If 1 gets clogged, he said, you got 4 more. If 3 gets clogged, you got 2. But the thing is, because of our lifestyle, because of the medications that we've been taking for 10, 15, 20 years, because of the junk that we've been eating in our bodies for 10 and 15, 20 years, and only now realizing that it was junk, because of our environment, we have put a burden on our liver and on our organs that sustains us. So when we detox, that it's like it's a reset. That's the best word I can call it. We are resetting, and you'll find you have energy. So many things. Every week I'm hearing people say, I have energy like I've never had before. In my last call, I've had 3 people say, I have never had this I have never slept this good in years. Many people, their skin is improving. People are telling me where they're going out, and people are like, what are you doing? You're glowing. But I'm not taking the credit for it. I always tell them in my group, I'm just the messenger. I'm here to share with you what foods are the medicine and what foods we need to help our detox pathway, not take over as the detox. But when we detox, we're only assisting the body. We're not trying to be the detox, because I've had someone tell me, a doctor told her that your body, you don't need to detox because your body can do it on its own. And I said, a doctor told you that? Is he an old doctor that don't study anymore? Because That is so not true. If you know our body system, we are all so broken down. It's like our bodies are breaking down. And our tap water is causing a lot of our health issues, just so much. And because we don't know when we have eaten, we've been exposed to parasites. We don't know whether, like, if you're walking down a street in, I'd say Manhattan, all of the traffic, all of the pollution from the cars, we're inhaling all that. We don't know what it's doing to our internal body. And this is why we need to assist our body to detox all the gook and junk that we know and don't know that we're putting into our body system. But let me talk again. I was sharing with you guys, this is a food, and no, I'm not promoting this brand by any means. These are lentils. Lentils are amazing to help your hair grow. Why are lentils amazing? Because it's packed with iron and it's packed with protein. So you're making yourself a lentil stew or just lentil beans. The iron in here, understand, hair cannot grow without iron. Iron plays a major role, and so does protein. These two essential things help the hair structure, and the oxygen delivers nutrients to the root. So we need iron for that oxygen. And many of you, if you have been told that you are anemic, that means you're low in iron. And most of you who are anemic, your hair has been thinning. You've been seeing long strands come out for a long time, and nobody is telling you why. Well, I'm telling you, if you are low in iron, if you have an iron deficiency, you are going to experience hair thinning and hair loss. So what do we do about that? Someone says, well, maybe we can eat supplements, but here's the deal. This is your supplement. This is your supplement. Why buy a synthetic man-made supplement in a plastic when you can literally eat the food that has the medicine in it, the food that has the iron in it? That's the best way to feed your body, not necessarily through a supplement. And I'm not putting down supplement, because supplements are good, but even many supplements, you have to do your research on it, because a lot of supplements contain a little bit of the good and a lot of the junk. And here's another thing. If your body is nutritionally imbalanced, if your liver is backed up and clogged, your body is not absorbing those supplements that you're taking. So you just taking them, popping them in like candy every day and think you're doing something because you're taking a multivitamin. But if you've noticed that no matter how many times you take your supplements and your multivitamin, you are not feeling a full improvement, then that means their body is not absorbing it. And what that means, if your body's not absorbing it, and when your liver sees it, your liver is like, oh, there you go again. Now I gotta find something to do with this. Because your liver breaks down everything. If your liver can't break it down, guess what your liver's gonna do with it? It's gonna package it up and store it somewhere. And that's how we wind up with the extra fat. Because when the liver cannot break it down, when the liver cannot release it, when the liver can't do anything with it, it's going to store it. And this way, now we have more fat on the arm, fat on the face, fat on the hips, belly fat, visceral fat. We got more fat in places we don't want it. And that's because the liver's like, I'm sorry, listen, you've been feeding me stuff. I'm breaking down. I can't remove it. I can't break it down. So I'm just going to have to package it up and just put it in another storage space. So that's why I said detoxing is the key, because once we detox, we help the liver flush out all the junk and gook. And then that liver, which is the only organ in our body that can literally repair itself, when we heal the liver, everything else comes together. So far I told you about, what did I tell you so far about food? Pumpkin seeds for hair, sweet potato for hair, lentils for hair, and here's another one. How many of you are big on sea moss? Sea moss is amazing for hair growth. If your hair is thinning, if your hair is coming out and you're trying to figure out what can I do, sea moss is important. Why? Sea moss is amazing because it contains iodine, and then it contains minerals that nourish your body, but specifically the thyroid gland. So I want to stop for a minute and talk about thyroid health. How many of you are aware that your thyroid, which is a butterfly-shaped gland that sits right here at the base of your neck, how many of you are aware that your thyroid is your problem? Most of you aren't aware of it, because even when you go to your doctor, they check your thyroid. They always tell you, oh, you look like you're okay. You're on the border. We're just going to watch you. That's because of the type of tests that they do. If you're having a lot of health problems, if you're gaining weight, you can't lose it. If you're losing hair and it's just constantly coming out, if there's a lot of things going on in your body and you go back to your doctor, request a full panel thyroid test. Because with a full panel, you'll get better answers than that generic test. With that generic test, half of us is walking around with a thyroid problem and don't know it because the generic test told us we were good or we're on the border. But this is where sea moss comes into play because the iodine in this sea moss helps that thyroid gland. Your thyroid has a lot to do with how your hair grows. So I'm going to read it to you because I didn't want to miss anything. It controls the speed of hair growth. And here it is. So the thyroid produces T3 and T4 hormones. I'm not going to get too technical. The T3 and T4 hormone, it tells your hair follicles how fast to grow. Too much, it means if you have too much of it, hair may grow fast, but then it's going to fall out. Too little of it, hair grows slow and it stops. So if you don't know that your thyroid plays a role in your hair growth, it does. But that was why I was saying that you needed this right here. So our hair grows in 3 stages. It's the anagen stage, which is the growing stage. It's the catagen stage, which is that stage where the hair kind of slows down. And then it's the telogen stage, where telogen is that hair is going to shed. Remember, I mentioned to you that hair is a living cell. So when that hair sheds, another hair is coming right up behind it for that hair to grow out. That is the stage of hair growth. But when the thyroid is a problem, that doesn't happen. Your hair is not going to grow because of the thyroid phase and because of how it affects your liver. Your body stays, or I should say your hair stays in the telogen stage longer. So hair is not growing back. That's a thyroid issue. When you're looking for sea moss, make sure that you're looking for sea moss it says it's 100% sea moss. It doesn't have a whole lot of flavors in it. It's just the real deal. But the iodine in here is what helps. The other thing that you'll get is B6. When you are deficient in B6, that is another reason why you will have a thyroid problem. But I think I have put something else here. When your thyroid is low, your hair is weak, dry, and brittle. That's low thyroid is hypothyroidism. But when your thyroid is, if your thyroid is high, that's hyperthyroidism. And that too is a hair loss bomb, I should call it. So when we're talking about another food that can help your hair grow, sea moss is your friend. Another food that can help your hair grow are berries. Don't sleep on the berries. We see them in the store. We don't take advantage of berries. God put these berries here for a reason. Why do berries help your hair grow? Because berries are loaded with vitamin C, which supports the collagen. And collagen, hair cannot grow without the production of collagen. Collagen helps and protects your hair follicles from oxidative stress. So when we're eating blueberries, when we're eating strawberries, when we're eating raspberries, blackberries, these are helping with, it's giving your body vitamin C, it's helping with the production of collagen, and it's helping your hair to grow. So these are the foods to help your hair grow. Remember, the name of my podcast for today is basically Eat This, Glow Up, and Repeat. So now you know you want to glow up, you want your hair to glow up, then you need to have blueberries in your life, raspberries in your life, strawberries in your life, blackberries in your life. You need sweet potato in your diet. Some sea moss is a good idea. Lentil, make yourself a lentil stew, lentil peas, something with lentil in your diet, and pumpkin seeds. And remember, it's not that salty pumpkin seed where you got to crack and spit out and all that. No, we're talking about the raw, natural pumpkin seeds. Those are foods that help your glow up and help your hair to grow. Now I want to address foods that help with weight loss. Weight loss is a big deal. A lot of you go on caloric diets for weight loss, but honestly, your weight loss problem is a liver problem. And if you've never heard that before, I will tell you now, Your liver is your personal trainer. You might have a personal trainer, but if your personal trainer is not talking about liver health, I might need you to school your personal trainer or find you one who understands that your liver plays a role in how you lose weight, when you lose weight, and why you are losing weight. Your liver metabolizes fat. Your liver has a lot to do with that. Most of you, when you go on a diet, you go on a caloric diet, meaning you're going to eat less to lose the weight. But all of you who have done that also have noticed that you gain the weight back once you get back to a normal routine. When your liver is clogged and backed up, you cannot lose weight at all. Well, let me not say at all. You might be able to. But when the liver is clogged, you can lose some weight, but you will never get to your ideal weight. How many of you can say that? I've been trying to lose weight. I've been trying to get back to my weight when I was in high school or when I was in college, and most of us say, I can never get back there. Well, then we need to look at what's going on in the liver, because once we detox the liver, all that extra fat that it's been holding on, storing, it will flush all of that out of your body system. So here are some foods that your liver loves that will help you. These also help to balance your hormones, and these foods help to burn fat. One is cruciferous vegetables. So a cruciferous vegetables, we're talking Brussels sprouts, we're talking broccoli, we're talking kale, we're talking my boo, the purple, y'all know how I feel about my purple cabbage. We're talking purple cabbage. All of these cruciferous vegetables, they help the liver break down excess estrogen. How many of you knew or did not know that your liver had a big role in how estrogen is processed? And so if your liver is clogged again, there's a lot of estrogen that's not getting removed, and that's going to cause the moodiness. That's going to cause the irritability. That's going to cause the behavior changes. That's going to cause things like our PCOS and all that there. But when we add something like this purple cabbage, which is a powerful, powerful food, you're talking about inflammation. If you got inflammation, you need this. And I usually juice it. And I'm actually going to juice it. And I didn't put on my apron today. I'm going to make a juice for our glow up. So I'm going to make you a glow up juice today. And I'm using purple cabbage, and I'm going to use my blueberries. But cruciferous vegetables, if you're dealing with estrogen issues, estrogen dominance, PCOS, all sorts of issues, inflammation, this is your friend, the purple cabbage. If you're trying to lose that belly fat, that visceral fat, juice this. And what I do is I cut it down the middle, and then I cut it into 4, and then I put it in my juicer. If you think that the purple cabbage flavor is too strong, then add yourself an apple. I use the red Fuji apple because the red Fuji apple is the sweetest of all apples. But a purple cabbage and an apple, you're talking about losing that weight, you're talking about slimming down, you're talking about reducing inflammation, and that's without working hard. That's because what you're doing when you use this purple cabbage, you're helping the liver heal. You're flushing the liver. You're feeding the liver and your kidneys and your other organs rich nutrient food that it's been asking for. I didn't bring out my chia seeds. When we're talking about weight loss and we're talking about what we need to do for our glow up, the purple cabbage is one. Chia seeds is great. Flax seeds is great. All of that add soluble fiber that binds to toxins and hormones, and this clears them up from your body. So it helps you if we're binding those toxins and all the things that's causing you to have a lot of weight gain. When you're eating these specific foods, they're helping to draw them out. It doesn't have to be a strenuous workout, but there's nothing wrong with a strenuous workout. But don't base your weight loss on having to break a hard sweat and work 7 days or work out 7 days. And when you don't work out, you think you're gaining weight. That's a problem. There's people who feel that they have to work out to maintain their weight. If you are that person that feel that you have to work out, otherwise you're going to gain weight, I need you to rethink this and understand you need to detox, because you don't have to work out to keep your weight down. There's something going on that's making you gain weight. So now we need to detox whatever is going on in your body. Avocado is another one that's amazing. When we're talking about losing weight. That myth that fat is the enemy is a bold-faced lie, and I'm sick of it. Our bodies need fat. Our bodies need carbs. Our body needs fat. Our bodies need macros. Our body needs all of that. But the avocado is the good fat. The body don't need that bad fat. That body don't need that seed oil that you're using and cooking with. The body don't need that processed food that has that trans fat and all that. The body needs good, healthy fat. And you get that in this avocado. And the avocado, you can do an avocado, mix it with olive oil. This is healthy fat, and it signals your body to release stored fat. So when you're eating an avocado, you can make, I don't know, I won't call it a guacamole because guacamole has a whole lot of other stuff in it. But you mash up an avocado, add a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, the real extra virgin olive oil, not the ones in the plastic bottles. Have one that has a harvest date on it. It's in a brown glass bottle. It has a harvest date and an expiration date. And usually a really good one is coming from the Mediterranean, it's coming from Greece, it's coming from Spain, it's coming from Italy. Those are good olive oils. A tablespoon of that, mash up your avocado. And what I actually do, I have a recipe that I use in my nutritional programs that we use a sourdough bread because all the other breads are not good. Sourdough is a fermented bread, and anything fermented the body loves. So you can toast that sourdough bread, mash up your avocado with a tablespoon of olive oil, and add, here's what some of you will go, but I'm telling you, it is delicious. Some sauerkraut on this whole thing and spread it on that toast. When I tell you delicious, but you got to understand, it's working on that waistline. It is working on that waistline. So again, if we are trying to glow up, and we want to slim our waist, this is a food you need to have in your diet. The other food that's good for when we're trying to lose weight is wild caught salmon. It has omega-3 in it, and the body needs a lot of omega-3 because omega-3 lowers inflammation. Omega-3 helps to stabilize blood sugar, and it protects the liver. So again, we want things that's going to protect our liver. The next one I want to tell you about for foods for your glow up, we want to talk about what foods do we need to eat for, I would call it our belly fat buster. What foods do we need to eat so that we can get rid of this 3-month looking belly that we have? And this applies to you men too, because I've been seeing a whole bunch of men with a belly all out to here. They seem to be okay with it, but it's not okay, gentlemen. We need to understand what's going on in the belly. That excess belly fat, that visceral fat, that's your liver calling out for help. It's trying to put you in the spot. But that's what we need. So here's some of the foods. One great thing in the morning. This is what my people do in my program. Extra virgin olive oil and lemon, first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. What that does for the body is it allows your body to absorb nutrients, because most of us are nutritionally deficient, meaning whatever you're eating, your body's not absorbing it. And if the body's not absorbing it, then it's not getting what it needs, because your body needs nutrients to survive. Nutrients to sustain you. So first thing in the morning, extra virgin olive oil and lemon is good. Or another thing, first thing in the morning to help with belly fat, lemon and water. You would, an 8-ounce glass of room temperature filtered water with half of a lemon, squeeze that half of a lemon in there. That's your lemon water. What is lemon water doing to you? For one, when you drink lemon water, it alkalizes the body. A lot of times we're holding on to fat because our body is very acidic. Lemon water will help with that. It gently flushes the liver, which is the key to our glow up. Liver health is the key to that. It helps the gallbladder, which is also, it's behind the scenes, but when the gallbladder is having problems, you will start having problems. And the problem with our gallbladder is a lot of times when your gallbladder is acting up, you have these random pains that come and go, and you running back and forth to the doctor and they don't see nothing wrong. And then one day you so doubled up in pain and you go to the emergency and they tell you, oh, it's your gallbladder, we have to remove it. Or they tell you you have gallstones. So gallbladder removal and gallstones just didn't appear in a day or two. The problem had been there for a while, but no one has been seeing it, or they have been misdiagnosing it. So when we do these things like the lemon water, the extra virgin olive oil, it's kickstarting the flushing for the liver, and it's helping our gallbladder. Another food for our belly fat, for our glow up, is cucumber. The silica in the cucumber is wonderful for our hair, but Cucumber soothes our gut. And our gut is where a lot of our problems are. We have leaky gut. We have so many digestive issues. Well, when we're eating cucumber, you could do this in a juice. You can cut it up, eat it plain, add it in a salad. Just these are things that you need to add into your weekly diet. Cucumber is definitely one of them. Many people don't know, but cucumber reduces inflammation. It helps release trapped gas. So how many of you have problems with burping and farting? I'm gonna keep it real. Then I would tell you start slicing up some cucumber in your food. I even like mine pickled sometime. This can help with your digestive problems. And then for our belly fat, dandelion tea. Dandelion tea is a secret weapon for the belly. But you understand, why is dandelion tea helping the belly? Because the liver loves dandelion tea. Dandelion tea is like the best friend. It's like giving the liver its best drink of the day. And when I say dandelion tea, yeah, I mean those weeds that you see in your backyard, the yellow that we step on and don't pay it any mind. Dandelions. When you make a dandelion tea, you see dandelions in the summertime in abundance on the side of the road. Who knew? God did. But we didn't know the power of that dandelion plant. But it all goes back to food is medicine. The food that we need to help us, they grow from the ground. It's a plant. It's a seed. It's a fruit. That's where the real food comes into play. So dandelion tea, it's a natural diuretic. It supports your kidneys and your liver, and it helps to release fluids and toxins. So if you decide to drink dandelion tea every day in the morning, or maybe even before you go to bed, I feel before you go to bed is great. You know why? Because when you go to bed, did you know that that's when your body wakes up, and that's when all the repairs start, and that's when the body is like, okay, she finally went to sleep, guys, let's get to work. That's when your body goes into repair mode, cells and all. So drinking dandelion tea before you go to bed, that's just giving the body what it needs. It's like you're giving it its fuel to get you healthy. And you'll notice if you drink dandelion tea a lot, you'll sleep good during the night. And you wake up in the next morning and you have a lot of energy. And you're like, oh man, this feels good. I haven't had this energy in a moment. But these are the foods that help with your glow up. So we've listed foods that help with your hair glow up. We've listed foods to help with your weight loss glow up. We've listed foods that help with your skin glow up. These are all the things you need: your belly, your weight, your skin. If you add just these foods into your diet, it will change your life. Purple cabbage is a natural pain reliever. Purple cabbage helps to reduce inflammation. The anthocyanins in the purple cabbage, that's what gives it this purple hue, is the secret sauce in the purple cabbage. The purple cabbage will help with weight loss. The purple cabbage will help detox your liver, help flush your kidneys. It does so much, but I think the biggest thing that I love about it is that it's a natural pain reliever, So goodbye to all those different types of pain things, the Tylenols or the aspirins. This is it. This is the real medicine. Just try juicing with this. And I'm going to challenge you. Get yourself a purple cabbage. If you have a juicer, cut it up, juice it up, add an apple in it, or drink it straight. Do that for 1 week and then send me a message and tell me how you're feeling. I'm already going to tell you. You're going to have a story to tell me. You're going to be like, I can go backwards now. I can go forward. I threw that cane across the room, or I was at the party. I was getting down, because the things that you couldn't do before, this is going to help you do it again. Everything here that I showed you today, these are foods that help to detox the body. But I want to introduce you to my 30-day detox program. It's been going on for a few months now, and it has been an amazing, wildly successful. And how does a program become successful? It becomes successful from the results. Hearing what people are saying, hearing what's happening to their lives, individual lives. Each week in this program, I do a live Q&A, so I get to hear it. I'm there to answer questions, and I'm there to hear their stories and cheer them on. And I put together this 30-day detox and parasite cleanse because of me knowing that the liver is the root behind so many of our health issues. And many of you aren't aware of it. Many of you are struggling. Many of you are on medications that you went from one medication to two medications to 3 and 4 and 5. And you're looking for answers. At the end of the day, many of us are looking for help. And I thought, how can I help? What can I do? I've had programs, many programs before, but I thought many people need to understand that the problems you're suffering with, you have to detox first. And please understand, it doesn't matter what you do to get your body healthy. If you don't detox, then the body's not really getting healthy. We have to help those detox pathways. We have to clean house. We have to get this body ready for whatever the next step is. And when you do, you'll see the benefits it will be something that you don't even expect. So it is 30 days of me helping you, showing you how to detox the right way. Many of you have probably detoxed before. Many of us have, where you bought teas and you bought different things, but you've never detoxed the way I got you. Mine, because I'm a board certified nutritionist, it includes food. It includes what you're eating for breakfast. And I gave you the recipes, the ingredients, all of that. What you're eating for breakfast, what you're eating for lunch, what you're eating for dinner, what you're drinking. All of that, we do this together as a group for 30 days. And I love that it's a group because now everyone is sharing their story. Other people are telling you how it has changed their lives. People are telling me that their visions have improved. Weight loss is like the number one thing. People have said in the first week they've lost 5 pounds, they've lost 10 pounds. And no, I don't put any strenuous exercise on you. The reason for me not doing that is because I want you to stay focused. If I'm throwing some exercise on top of changing your diet and on top of all the teas and things, you'd be like, listen, I can't do this, girl, I'm sorry. So I try to make it where this is fun for you. It's enough that you can see the difference. Weight loss is inevitable. Beautiful glowing skin is inevitable. Hair growing back, sleeping well, smiling more. We just started our last group, and I always say when you come in my first group and we do our first Q&A, all the people, because I have them on Zoom, and most of the people like this. Let's see what this lady all about. What did I pay for? This is gonna be some crap. I'm talking, and I could see everybody, and most of the people are like, That's the first week. And that second week, everybody's, hey girl, oh my God, I can't wait to tell you. It changes, and I laugh so hard. And every week I tell them that, and then when that second week, and I go, I saw you last week, and everybody was kind of, wasn't sure. Everybody starts laughing because I'm like that. If I buy a course, if I'm supporting someone else, a lot of times the first week or so, I might be a little skeptical, like, okay, let's see what this is all about. And I'm good with that. Yeah, be skeptical. Because when it's done, you're going to be like, oh, this is fabulous. I need to tell my mother, my father, my sister, my cousin, my neighbor, everybody on how this transformed your health. Go see my free training class. I have a free training where I am sharing with you so much. We talk about detox. We talk about the liver. We talk about the kidneys. And I address parasites, something that many people aren't addressing. Many of us have parasites and don't know it. You're dealing with H. pylori. You're dealing with all sorts of things the doctors don't have no answer to. They throw antibiotics on everything. And antibiotics it's killing the infection, but it's also killing off our good microbes. It's jacking up our microbiome. And that's another reason why we're having issues and problems. And so I address how we can take care of parasites. In the class, I share with you a story of a woman who was getting ready to have surgery because the doctors had already said she had a brain tumor. It was a brain tumor. She was having some problems that had been it started like maybe 3 months or 4 months earlier, where she just couldn't keep her balance no more. She was having headaches. Just so many things was happening. And finally she found a doctor who examined her brain, and he was like, yep, it's right there. You have a tumor. And so they planned to do the surgery. Well, when they got to the surgery, when they opened up her head, it wasn't a tumor. It was parasites. So this is why I want us to understand parasites are also being linked to high blood pressure. So that high blood pressure that you've had for 10, 15 years could very well be that you have something living in your body that's draining your nutrients, that's stealing away your body's power to regulate your blood levels. And this is why your pressure is always up. Parasites are responsible for so many things that's going on in our body. And I share all of this in the class. So please check out the class. I'm there to teach you, whether you do a detox with me or not, the whole thing is I'm an educator first, and I'm about that education. So if you didn't get anything, you got a little bit of education. So I want to thank you all for joining me today for our What the Health is Wrong with You? It is not what you think. That's the title for some of you who don't know me. It's What the Health is Wrong with You? And I'm not cursing, I'm saying health. What the health is wrong with you is not what you think. So each week I'm sharing with you things that you thought was wrong, and it's backed up by science and evidence. And I say, hey, let's try something new. So if you love to follow me, you can follow me at Ask Debbie. Just Google or type in Ask Debbie. All of my social media will pull up. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, I'm on TikTok. I'm everywhere. Just type in Ask Debbie and just follow me to learn more about how to use food as medicine. And you are learning from a board certified nutritionist. So thank you again. And I will see you guys next. What the health is wrong with you? It's not what you think.